Alright, we're good to go.
We are done.
You can wait a minute. I mean, we got that meeting wrapped up pretty on time. So.
Yeah, that one, the one was taking notes. So I was like, dang, I'm impressed.
Hey man, that sounds like a team owner who doesn't want his guys to get penalized tonight. Please don't. Oh God. Doing Scarface. Did I do that?
Dear Casey.
Oh Lord. This is what happens when you put 21 races together. After the 20,
And I would say,
they go loony.
They're all losing tonight.
Sven has asked me to the third corner and throw the whiny bitch who's fucking off. And drink the tears of your kingdoms. Signing off, Casey Miller.
I really hope all this is on the stream. I really do.
Yeah, we're hot.
Yeah, you're listening to WKRU. Only you.
Only who?
Only who? Only on 97.5. That's what I really do.
Hey Ford, is Joe gonna be listening to
Joe.
Yes, Joe Mama.
They need to have a radio station called the LMNOP. You're listening to the LMNOP. Get it?
It sounds like NPR.
No, NPR is more like...
Sponsored by Blue Apron. Receive 30% off your first order with code NPR.
Meanwhile, on ESPN Radio, fucking. You ever listen to the Dan Levitard show? Stugatz and ESPN Radio. The way that guy just reads that. ESPN Radio brought to you by Blue Emu. I use Blue Emu every day on my cracked hands and skin. It's not only a whatever. Dude.
Mention that something you want to admit.
My name is Roy.
I use my Blue Emu.
Oh God,
It
no.
made a gross Smurf mess.
I can't believe you made him do that. I can't believe you did. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, Slide.
Yeah.
You guys ready to get this thing going?
Nah, I just want to shoot the shit for another hour, man. Screw
All
this
right,
radio.
sounds
I'm
good.
just kidding.
Yeah, let me sit there.
I mean, if we could have a podcast just discussing, racing and doing silly voices for an hour, I'd do that.
That would just be the first hour of the show. Just voice.
That'd be the first. Welcome back to the Racing Nonsense Podcast. Today we're discussing who's the better driver, Timmy Hill or Michael Schumacher. Atlanta.
Oh my God. Alright, let's get this thing rolling. That's it.
All right, well, we are about to get ready here tonight for race 21 of the opening round, Fast Family League Showdown Series. This is the last race before we head into round 2. It's going to be full throttle racing, taking on hybrid racing here tonight. Mr. Slide Job and Ford Tough, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, sir. So tonight is it. Tonight we say goodbye to the first round of the Fast Family League Showdown, and we say hello to round 2, the road course round. It was definitely an exciting round, and I'm certain that this race is going to cap it off in the best way possible. So I am excited for tonight. I will go over the doubleheader we had last night. It was great. Actually went the latest of any of our doubleheaders. I'm sure the officials really enjoyed it as much as I did. So we'll talk about those races. So Ford, I'm going to turn it over to him. He's going to talk about the first race that went on last night.
Actually, I had the second. I didn't really see the first.
You did. Okay. I got the first one right up in front of me then. No problemos here.
I'm making
All right,
pizza,
so
and I was wondering
we
if
had,
hybrid actually drives Prius.
Yeah, see that? Alright, so ENEA, E-NASCAR Elite Association took on 3 Wide Racing last night, a clash of the preset versus custom setups, and it was definitely a great one. Very few cautions, very hard racing. At the end of the day, it was ENEA taking the victory, 356 to 288. Big shout out to ENEA Shotgun. Almost getting maximum points. He ended up getting 58 points in that race, so shout out to him for getting that and the win. And shout out to Ubiel Desert, who led the 3 Wide Racing team with 41 points. Definitely some class of the field there. All right, now I think Ford might have the results for the second race. I hope.
I had pizza on my mind. I'm sorry. We watched that IVRL race, and that was an awesome race. And Days of Thunder, I mean, they all put on a good show. Each of them had a few mishaps and had a few penalties. But Days of Thunder Dowdy actually won the race, and he was actually able to get the top points for his team, and he totaled out at 57 points as a single driver. Texas Spots actually was out front most of the time for the IVRL. They had a few drivers that were trapped a lap down, but it still turned out to be a great race, especially at the third stage. I mean, pretty much went caution free. But the IVRL did collect the most points. They kept their guys up in the top 10 to collect the most points, and they closed out with 339 to Days of Thunder 305. So it was a close points race.
Absolutely, and it was pretty cool to see for one of the very few times that Texas Spots did have the most points on his team, but so did his teammate Casey Kane. So we saw once again 2 teammates actually scoring the same most points on that team. So pretty awesome to see that, and it's been a pretty awesome tournament so far. So let's talk to our commentators for tonight. So first and foremost, welcome back, Atlanta Racing. You've done quite a few races. You've enjoyed this tournament as much as I have. Tell us what you're most excited for about this last race of the round, and maybe what you're excited about for next round.
Well, I feel like, these guys have just as much pressure on them as we saw in round 1, race 1. You always want to put out a show for the first race, and you always want to put out a show for the last race. So Full Throttle and Hybrid Racing here tonight are definitely both going to want to put on a show and try to get their team to that top spot and make it into round 2. But it has been, fantastic having 21 streams, doing all these races. I'm glad to host the first and the last for the round, and I'm really happy to have I Am Rick James up here. He was in the first round with me, or race 1 with me, and I believe it's BHD Money is going to be in the booth with us as well tonight. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct. And speaking of the pressure, 20 teams have already locked their way in to round 2, but there's only 1 spot remaining, so it'll be interesting. Rick, you know a lot about pressure. Why don't you tell me, what you think these drivers will be doing tonight to try to get that last spot?
Commissioner Slyjob, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to come full circle as we complete the first round tonight with my esteemed colleagues at the great Atlanta Racing and BHD Money. Pressure like none other at the high temps of Texas. Last night we saw turn 4 was the hot spot for a lot of these drivers. Tires began to wear, and within mere laps of leaving pit road with fresh Goodyears, these drivers were slipping and sliding, and I believe a majority, about 75% of last night's cautions came out of turn 4. So keep your eyes peeled on the final corner and the high speed they're going to be carrying through that front stretch.
Absolutely, you are absolutely correct. Texas is definitely dangerous late in the run. In that turn 4, our last commentator should know a lot about it. Driver and one of the other teams that has competed in this competition, second time in the booth. BHD Money, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with the tournament so far, and a little bit about Texas?
Well, pit lane entry is going to be key in this race, especially coming off of turn 4. The race can either be won or lost in that situation, so expect drivers to be extra cautious going down in the pit lane today.
Absolutely. Well, we are so glad to have you back in the booth again. Obviously, we had you enjoy it as much as you came back, so thank you again. And we enjoy seeing the three of you in the booth. And now it's time to go trackside for the pre-race ceremonies. And I believe, if I'm correct, we have a special marshal for today's race.
Yep, we sure do have a special grand marshal. Just sit on back and relax and enjoy this intro. Back up in the 47 of the Batman 0216. Rick James, you got the lineup for the other league?
For the hybrid league on the right-hand side, you have Jinx in the number 6. He's going to be our captain, highlighted in white. Flash Desert in the number 2. Parts Boy 87 rolling off in the 4 car. Brad Reinger in the 10. Phenomenal in the 12. Demo Man 9676 rolling off in the 14. Windy City in the 21 car. Beast Football in the 32. Nautical
If you have not
Skater in the
accepted
38.
that, accept it.
And rounding out the field for the hybrid league is, I believe, James 1444.
All right, well, we are loading in here for qualifying at Texas Motor Speedway. Single car qualifying, as we have seen all of round 1 here for this Showdown series. As we are about to go trackside right now. Just wanted to read the bios real quick of the leagues you're going to be watching here tonight. Starting off with the Hybrid League, founded back in 2014 by James Barish. And the owner is Jinx Rodriguez. They do 3 series. I'm sorry. It was originally named the Indies Elite Series, but they have been relatively small over the past years. And getting that hybrid format, 2019 was one of their roughest years. So there has been a little bit of trouble right there, but they have overcome it. And while many rules stay the same, they're sticking to that original format they have started with, and they have gotten significantly better over the time being in 2020, especially with the quarantine going on, I'll say. And they're getting ready to see how they stack up against the rest of the NASCAR Heat community here tonight. So that's going to be the Hybrid League. As we go to the other league here, racing tonight, that's going to be the Full Throttle Racing Night, Thursday Night Racing, founded only in May 2020, so definitely during the quarantine. Only 15 drivers. They race Thursday nights, 50% races, preset setups with custom cars. They're a very, very new league, but looking for new, clean drivers, and they're laid back and fun, and always like to see guys having a great time on the track. So that is going to be that league here tonight, as we're watching these guys starting to qualify here at Texas.
BHD, you see the 88 rolling around a couple of cars here, and these guys are going to get going in just a moment. 88 and the 6 nose to tail, a couple of good-looking cars there. We mentioned turn 4 is going to be dangerous for a lot of reasons, but certainly tire management, one of the greatest. What can these drivers do, BHD, to save tires as they go around the racetrack?
Really just got to let off the gas a little bit earlier when you're entering turn 3 to try to save as much tire wear as you can. You definitely want to be carrying the right momentum. The lanes you want to try to run here are the very bottom of the racetrack and hugging that apron line. Also, but drivers will then have issues hitting that apron. Once they hit that apron, that'll cause that car to swirl up and down, and then you're going to end up going in the infield. Another lane to run also is running that third lane up and trying to get around what seems to be a nice bump on turn 4. So it'll be interesting to see what lane these drivers pick today.
Yeah, you're exactly right, as we're watching the 6 of Jinx head around the track right now, as well as the 21 of Windy City. I wonder if he's from Chicago.
Can I get an invite, guys?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
Good.
Disregard that invite if you're already in there, just giving that out. Thank you, Slide. Well, going to be a lot of competition here tonight with the Full Throttle Racing League taking on the Hybrid Racing League. Who knows who will take home that last win for round 1. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Fallas Dig 76424. Greatly appreciate you subscribing, dude.
ATL, not only are the drivers playing for that win today, but there still is a chance to get that first round bye. It's a tough ask, but maximum points is achievable, and at the end of round 1, the team that scores the greatest number of points moves on to not only the next round, round 2, but they get a bye past round 2 as well. that road course round is going to separate the men from the boys and a couple of the women from the girls as well. So I am super curious to see how hard these drivers decide to go, to see if they go for that first round bye or if they decide to play it safe and just get the ticket to round 2.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting here at Texas. I love a good race at Texas. Hope to get out there here after the quarantine, maybe. I was looking at a bunch of different tracks that are on the schedule, and I don't know. I think I'm going to end up going to Talladega and maybe one other one. But definitely Talladega in October. I will be at all of those races. They announced tonight it's going to be, or last night or maybe this morning, that the Xfinity Series will be running there. Was just going to be the Trucks and Cup, and now it's going to be all 3, so even more exciting.
Always good to see a show at Talladega. Always exciting to go to the race. TV just doesn't do it justice. But I'm glad that we've made such a big effort into esports and e-racing as a whole. It delivers excitement unlike you've ever seen before. Not only into the realms of impossibility, but just excitement that somehow in this beautiful sport of ours you just can't get on a live racetrack. Certainly more risk is taken, you get a greater strategy, and guys just tend to go for it a lot more than you would see on a real racetrack. So esports with its own fantastic charm, and what a charming racetrack like Texas to cap off this first round.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race, and I feel like all of these guys are going to really enjoy it. So it's going to make for a memorable stream here tonight as round 2 will be picking up. And just to let you guys know, I will not be streaming too much this weekend. Definitely not tomorrow, Saturday, because I am moving. So hopefully here in the next few days I'll have everything set back up, and we'll be able to stream once again from a new place. Well, the 24 of Bus Driver headed around the track right now onto the front straightaway. Taking a look at some of the other drivers, the 16 of him right there. KGD's back. What's up, buddy? Greatly appreciate you've been in here for every single stream, I'm pretty sure, of the Fast Family Racing Showdown series you've tuned in. So KGD, you are the real MVP here tonight.
Yeah, I'm riding alongside the number 24, a Bus Driver, 1888, just watching his lines. Seems like he's running a little bit higher up on that inside groove, and you can definitely tell it's pulling him toward the infield, so it'll be interesting to see how his qualifying time. I have him clocked at a 31 unofficial time, so I'm not sure that's quite going to get him the pole, but we'll see what other drivers can do.
Word Burton, appreciate that, man. Wish you were up here with us. Thank you, John. You're awesome as well. Yeah, KGD, maybe you haven't been here for the first one, but I know I have seen you in multiple, so you guys are all awesome following and hosting right there as we're taking a look at some of these other drivers headed around the track as well. Metalborn right there, just sitting as Straggly Golf 847 in the 42 car, making his way around town. His car is pretty fast, his team is fast, and I know he might be victory bound. I don't know if that's a reference to. It's a reference to that one song where she's playing a piano and it's going down the street.
Oh, 42, big trouble.
Couldn't tell you.
Exiting turn
42
4.
went around. You just mentioned it, Atlanta. And he went down that street in quite a hurry, and it looks like it bit him, and there it is in turn 4. I don't know if that wreck started in 3 or in 4, but what could have happened, what happened to a lot of drivers, is they'll send it deep into that third corner, and they'll bounce off of that apron, and it shoots them up the racetrack, and before they know it and before they let off the gas, that safer barrier has reached out and bit him. So the 42 already up against it before the race has even started.
Man.
And it
Super
not only
unfortunate.
affected him, but it also affected the 32 car, who ended up getting caught up in that accident.
Man, oh Well, that's definitely going to impact 42 here tonight and his team's performance as Mustard Bush headed down pits, possibly trying to do some repairs or something from that little collision. As there goes Mr. Slide Job around the track. Qualifying will be over shortly, and we will be under that green flag here at Texas for the Fast Family Race Showdown Series, race 21, round 1, the last race.
Hey guys in the booth, you want a Fast Family lap around the track?
What does that mean?
That means I'm gonna show the fans around Texas.
All right, well, here we go on board with Mr. Slide Job right now as he takes a lap around Texas Motor Speedway on the back straightaway. He's going to be showing you pretty much how these drivers need to be driving here tonight as they take on this final race. Man,
so
I'm
you want to
super
get
excited.
a good run out of 4. You come into the front stretch, get close to the wall, take the stripe. You want to get a nice high arc into the corner. Turn 1 and 2 is a little bit slower, just barely on and off the gas. You want to follow that bottom white line, naturally come up to the wall. You're going to ride the wall all the way down the back stretch, take a nice high arc, barely off the throttle in 3 and 4, almost wide open. You're going to wrap that white line all the way on the bottom. Try to come easy and straight off the corner and to the line.
There you have it from Slide Job's driving experience.
Well, Slide Job giving his little input right there of how he would take this track here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, and we know that he has won multiple races and a couple of championships under his belt, so Slide Job is definitely a driver to be messed with, reckoned with here at Texas, but he won't be racing here tonight. He's just doing the thing as an official.
We should be 2 minutes out, and we'll be loading into the race.
All right, well, we are only 2 minutes away from the start of this race here at Texas. Once again, greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. KGD, you always in the chat. You got more opinions than a nursing home. And I think that's going to be Mr. Slide Job wrapping it up here for qualifying at Texas. And we will see that starting order here shortly. All right, well, let's take a look real quick. It looks like James 1444 is going to get first place here at Texas, with Jinx of Ferret going to be in second, Z Phenomenal in third, Quick Kitten in fourth, and it looks like rounding up the top 5 is going to be, if I can see him real quick, it's going to be Mr. Sly Job. Wah, wah, wah. No, it's going to be Flash Desert, I believe. Sly Job, what's your fastest lap at Texas?
My fastest lap at Texas normally, after some adjustments, will be anywhere from a 29.6 to a 29.5 for qualifying.
I don't believe you. I'm just kidding.
I don't believe me either.
Well, nobody believing Mr. Sly Job here tonight as he braggadociously tries to tell us his fast laps after I asked him the question. Just kidding. Oh boy. Sly, just let us know when you guys are headed into that race.
All right.
We're gonna have to restack them. For some reason, the timer, I didn't pause it. So.
That's karma for catching me with a mouthful of food earlier.
Well, Mr. Sly Job is going to get these guys restacked, and as soon as they are, he'll send us that invite and we'll be headed into the race. Greatly appreciate y'all sticking with us. NNR is Bill. We are waiting for these guys to restack, and then we will be headed in here to Texas. The lobby accidentally went forward and loaded into the next race on accident, so they're just getting ready, and we'll be headed in. Hey, Frozen, how's it going?
Alright, you guys are going to get an invite in a second. Don't join it just yet, but we're going to be rolling in a second.
Sounds good. Doing good here, Frozen, getting ready for this Texas race. They had to restack real quick because the lobby messed up. So, got that invite from Mr. Slide Job, and we will be headed in here shortly.
Okay.
Rick James, how much experience do you have here with Texas Motor Speedway?
Not much. I'm a commentator for a reason, because I'm not that good on the racetrack. So you'll catch me mingling around the back of the pack and trying to get a feel for the race car. So I'm not the most experienced driver, but it is a fun track nonetheless, and it's great to slip and slide. It's one of those few tracks where you really can express yourself on the high side or on the low side, and if you can anticipate how your car's going to handle, you're going to have a great day at Texas. For guys like myself, it's going to be a terrible day at Texas if you can't get a handle on your race car. So lots of emotions already for guys that know or who are expecting to do well, and from guys who would expect to hope to do well. It's going to be a gambit. Lots of skill out on the racetrack. I'm ready to get this thing going. How about yourself, ATL? Lots of experience at Texas?
No, I have hardly any experience at Texas. For some reason, it's not my favorite track. As you'll probably see here tonight, it's a little bit harder than other tracks similar to it like Atlanta. Atlanta will eat your tires, but man, that apron here at Texas is something else. Jay Haskell, let me see real quick. But yeah, if you can save those tires enough to keep your car steady, especially around 3 and 4, you're gonna lose it. As NNR's Bill says right there, and we are headed in live tonight for this Fast Family League Showdown race. It's gonna be 167 laps here tonight. They're gonna do a pace lap before we get started. Jay Haskell, you always the man coming in and telling me when the audio's messed up, even if it's just the music. That magic button does the trick every time. Kill Squad, if you want to get involved with this Fast Family League Showdown series, contact Mr. Slide Job. He would be the one to contact. So you can find him on Twitter or on Discord or Xbox, as we're going to throw up that caution right there, because Slide Job right there in the 88 is going to start us off, and we're going to pace things out.
ATL, as these drivers are going around the racetrack and putting in these pace laps, certainly a lot of them have to be thinking, I need to get out front and stay in front. Do you think the strategy is going to be more one of desperation or one of patience in these opening laps?
I don't know. You know, it's always interesting. We've seen kind of a mix-up here throughout this Showdown series, with some drivers knowing that you cannot win it in Stage 1, and other drivers going crazy in the first couple of laps, you know, racing like it's the last couple of laps. So you really don't know until the race starts how these guys are going to react together. We always say, you know, they may have not ever driven together in the game, or, you know, played the game together. So it's going to be interesting. Sounds good there, Kill Squad. Well, one more pace lap it looks like to get these guys situated. It's the best thing about this pace car is, you know, it's going to start once he goes down. It's no better representation of a race about to restart or start than that pace car. So Mr. Slide Job 88 doing that service for us tonight, taking on mini roles as he sits here alongside the Full Throttle Racing League and the Hybrid Racing League. Mr. Slide Job is the pace car. Yes, sir.
Another pace lap indeed, ATL. I'm thinking that these drivers are having some trouble getting lined up. For a couple of drivers, we've already got damage, heavy damage on the front of the 16, sitting right ahead of Old Smoky in the 88. The 16 is Uniform Hen, racing for Full Throttle. You can see he's lagging behind, and already the 88 of Old Smoky has some scratches on, and the 16 of Uniform Hen with big damage on the front of his fraternity of Eagles. Camaro, if you look to the 42, Straggly Golf, another Full Throttle driver with damage on the front end of his vehicle.
Going green this time.
Going green this time by, you heard the order from Commissioner Slide Job, and a couple of these drivers already with some front end damage. How is that going to affect their race, Money?
Oh, at the beginning of the stage, it's going to definitely affect their race big time, especially when you're trying to go up through traffic. It's going to be really hard to maneuver that race car. I would expect them to hang in the back for a while until they get the first round of pit stops in before they really start to make their way up the field.
ATL Hybrids in the top three. We're about to go green.
Yeah, Mr. Slide Job doing one last turn here as he is about to dip down. And we will begin things here for the race. 41 and the 6 car going to be starting things off as we go green here at Texas Motor Speedway for round 1, race 21, the last race of the round. Well,
those seem like they just got a little slow. It seemed like they just got a little slow restart off there. I'm not sure if they knew exactly where the restart box was, but they're going now.
Yeah, it looks like Kill Squad, those guys were actually doing that because there was a little bit of a problem actually with the last game loading in, so they actually had to restack. That's why you saw them take a couple of laps around the track as we see the 44 car here in the lead, taking this single file line around Texas. So far, it looks like they're not going to be as aggressive as we have seen with some of the other leagues, especially here at the beginning of the race as we go on board with the 12 car.
41, 6, 12, your top three out of the fourth corner, all racing for hybrid. That's James in the 41 car, in the 6. And there's already action at the back, the 8 and the 32 having to stay off of each other. Drivers already mowing the lawn quite heavily. And we're taking a look at a couple of drivers here. That's the 6 of Jinx, who's now making a move to the inside of his teammate. ATL, already teammates racing for first place.
Yep, and that's something we have seen a lot here is, a lot of these teammates getting up, up front at first, at the beginning of the race, and then they just get things going. We've seen that 4-car pack phenomena. I'm going to start calling it the 4-car pack phenomena that's been happening every single race I've broadcasted. So it's going to be interesting to see if we don't get those 4 boys driving together here. Oh, 42 big time into the wall, into turn 2. That's going to slow him down significantly, and he's got a lot of damage to that front.
ATL, that's the second time tonight the 42's been into the wall. He crashed in qualifying, and he crashes here again in the opening laps of this one. So far, 5 out of the top 6 positions being held by Hybrid Racing right now. We remain green in this one. Keep your eye on the leader, the 41 car of James. He's getting wildly loose off of the 4th corner, and it could be trouble brewing if he doesn't get his race car underneath him.
Yep, 41 of James taking it around the track as we head to the front straightaway here in stage 1, the very, very beginning here of the last race. Pretty much a single file line driving, and they're getting a little bit more spread apart as we head to the back straightaway. actually seeing how much speed some of these guys have compared to their counterparts.
Money, already these cars are getting crazy loose. You saw the 24 car of Bus Driver for Full Throttle. He got loose off of 4. He took a ride through the grass all the way past the start-finish line. Already the turns and the dog legs are covered in nothing but tire tracks and mud. Coffee-colored clouds of smoke billowing into the air. What can these drivers do to gain some control over their race cars?
They definitely need to take a non-aggressive approach when it comes to going into turn 4. You got to realize they have not been able to make their first pit stops yet. So right now they're running on default settings. So the longer this green flag keeps going, the more loose these cars are going to get, and there's not a whole lot these drivers can do about it.
48's in the wall down the front stretch. That was Parts Boy in the number 4 for Hybrid Racing, getting into the back of the 48. Quick Kitten and putting him into the wall, but the 48 got loose as well. So it's one thing that these drivers are racing close, nose to tail, and it's another if the driver ahead makes that mistake. Atlanta already on multiple parts of this racetrack, drivers are starting to lose it.
Yeah, very unfortunate right there as we see the 48 getting the backdraft from the 4, getting on past the 24. And, you know, it looks like we're going to have a lot of guys here tonight that are much, much quicker than not only their teammates, but the opposing team. As we just see, 42 actually going down into pits, but we're just seeing some domination here so far with the 41 of James and the 6 car, top 2 drivers as we head into turn 1. But they are really setting the stage here.
Yeah, I'm really liking how these two drivers are working together and not being aggressive with each other at all. If one car seems to have their run, they just kind of let them go by, and then it repeats itself at that point. So I'm really impressed with the way these guys are handling their race cars.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, big time! Holy smack, the 6 is in the grass, losing significant time on that 41 car, and he's almost going to fall back in a third, barely hanging on. He's going to pull down to the inside and retain second place. But man, how unfortunate as we see another car digging low below the apron.
ATL, that's the 21 of Windy City. Windy City racing for Hybrid. The 6 car of Jinx also racing for Hybrid. They keep a stranglehold over the top spots, but they can't keep a hold over the handling of their race cars. A beautiful assortment indeed from that 6, 21, and 12 of Jinx, Windy City, and Phenomenal, but it won't be a pretty assortment of race cars when they get dents and scratches all over the front and back ends. We know the tires are wearing, but a little bit of patience will go a long way for Hybrid with this grand lead over the rivals Full Throttle.
And you can see the 16 cars coming in on pit road right now. Oh, he elected to stay out.
Missed it. Nearly a huge crash out of the fourth corner. Unbelievable driving by Windy City. A heady play to get on the brakes and avoid smacking the 16. It looks like the caution is out already. First one of the day, boys.
Oh, caution is out right there, and that is going to definitely mess with the strategy of some drivers as we see the 16 and the 48, I believe, involved in that altercation, as well as another car, 32.
ATL, I can tell you the 3 car of Hair to the Throne was involved, and it's not a lucky rabbit's foot for the driver of the number 3. Hair to the Throne involved in some damage. The 32 Beast Football going around in the second corner. This caution could not have come at a more opportune time for all 20 of these drivers. Keep your eye and see what the 42 does. Just a few laps before this caution came out, the 42 car of Straggly Golf came down pit road.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Evil Within the pace car? Yeah, Evil Within right there. The 0 car right there is the pace car. But, yeah, I feel like a lot of these cars, you know, even before the race started, they had a lot of damage. And I feel like most of them have at least some damage now on their car. So we're probably going to see how many of them head down in the pits here shortly.
Now, I would expect every single car to come down pit lane, make their initial adjustments, I would imagine they have quite a bit of tire wear on those tires, especially on that right front and right rear. So I expect to see every single driver coming down.
Let's take a look back and see. And they are headed down the back straightaway, and it looks like a lot of takers for pit road.
It's going to be just about everybody coming down pit road, ATL, but the 42 of Straggly Golf staying out, and that's going to be the 16 car who's also staying out. Now, this could be because they're a lap down, so lap down cars don't get first choice coming into pit road. With heavy damage on the front end of their race cars, I would expect both of them to come down to repair damage, but you may not see the 42 take tires and fuel. Strategy already underway in just the first yellow flag cycle.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, that's something that's going to happen a lot of times when it's these new leagues and you've never raced with these guys. It's a lot of new for these drivers. You know, you're racing at a track that you may not race at a lot. I mean, I know most of me and my friends, not many of us, unless they're from Texas, want to go race in Texas. So, you know, it's a track that not anybody's going to just go on and have a good time and race at. You know, you had to do some practicing beforehand and making sure you were good to go, as it looks like the 42 is going to be following the pace car now. And the race off pit road was actually won by, it looks like, the 41.
Still
Just
sitting
with the
behind
naked
that pace
eye.
car is the 42 and the 16 of Straggly Golf. The Straggly Golf driving for Full Throttle, the 16 Uniform Hen, his Full Throttle teammate. Both cars not electing to come down pit road. Do you think they're staying out?
Yes, that is an interesting strategy by the 42. If indeed he elected to stay out, looks like he's taking his wave around right now.
No, the Full Throttle is a separate league than Hybrid. They're two different leagues competing here tonight, as it has been for every race here. And tonight has not been the 42's night, I'll tell you that much.
It's a mountain to climb for the 42 Atlanta. Straggly Golf is circling around the track. He is not going to come down pit road this time by, so it looks like he's just going to join the back of the field. And it's very early in the race, so fortunes could turn. But already it seems like Hybrid has a great control over those top 5 positions. Straggly Golf rejoining the back end, and if you look towards the front of this one, 2146, 2141, 6 and 12. Those Mustangs in the top 4 positions all race for Hybrid. So this is going to be a fun restart.
Well,
Yes, you also have the number 4 car.
Go ahead, brother.
Sorry. You also have the number 4 car of the Parts Boy 87 sitting in the 5th position before you even get to Full Throttle Racing in that number 48 car of Quick Kitten 8244.
Money, it looks like we've had our first DNF of tonight's event. Uniform Hen in the 16 sitting in pit road. That driver will not be completing tonight's event, so Full Throttle down to 9 drivers on the racetrack. Hybrid sits in the top 5, and we may be going to green this time by.
Oh man, as they are restacked, the 21 and 41 are going to be sitting top 2 right there as they enter turn 3. And Kill Squad, I actually don't have a league, I just announced for him, and Mr. Slide Jobs League is the one hosting this whole Showdown series, the Fast Family League Showdown series. They are the Fast Family League, as it looks like Pace Car is going to head on down, and Windy City in the 21 is going to be leading the pack around to the Geico restart zone and go green here for stage 1.
32's around at the back. A couple of cars didn't go. Atlanta, the 9 slams into the 32. The 42 is also down as well. The 32 being driven by Beast Football for Hybrid. The 42 being driven by Straggly Golf for Full Throttle. So already both leagues a driver down at the restart. And Demo Man caught some of that as well in the number 14 Blue Death Mustang. He's racing for Hybrid. A note to the fans, an easy way to keep track of the cars. Most of the Mustangs are going to be driving for Hybrid Racing, if not all of them. Same goes for Full Throttle. Most of the Camaros, if not all of them, will be driven by Full Throttle Racing.
Well, you know, the cool thing is where is his name right there? Let me go find him real quick for you. Going through the drivers. Beast Football, there he is, 32 car. He actually made me a new logo and just sent it to me. I didn't even ask him, and it's super cool, and I changed it to everything. So big thank you right there to the 32 car of Beast Football for doing that out of just kindness. I really appreciated it.
Atlanta rolling through the fourth corner so far. The top 4 very tight nose to tail, all racing for Hybrid. You see the 48 Chevrolet of Quick Kitten. That's the first Full Throttle driver, and then 2 more Fords behind him. So it looks like 6 of the top 7 cars right now racing for Hybrid, and Hybrid has figured out the nose to tail scheme reminiscent of Thursday Night Thunder at Atlanta. This right here could be the race strategy that keeps Hybrid up front.
Yeah, Hybrid so far having a great, you know, almost a great strategy, a great race here in Texas. Doing, you know, their thing. You're getting stacked up and just running together. What do we have right here? A 4-car pack running at the top. As my dog drinks significant amounts of water in the background.
Yeah, 4-car pack, that is definitely something that your team is pushing to accomplish. If once you have a 4-car pack, it would be really hard for Hybrid to actually try to infiltrate that, try to break up those points, and try to steal as many as they can.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, 41 doing a great job so far of keeping that pack behind him, just taking stage 1 easy to go. And how many laps are left here in the stage? Does anybody know?
26 laps to go at the line. ATL so far, that top 4 still racing hard for Hybrid. You see the number 6 of Jinx, he had some contact with the turn 2 wall, and he's slowing down. So now the 48 of Kitten starting to catch up, and Full Throttle can see the wound. Maybe they smell blood in the water.
Oh man, here we go, looking on board with the 41 as the 21 is going to be able to slide on by just to the bottom. He is running the top side. 21's going to pull back up ahead and get that draft. Here we go. We got some racing, boys. 41 now locked into the back of the 21, and they are going to be racing to the end of this stage.
And this battle's heating up between
41, the 12, and the 6. Sorry, Money, go ahead.
I was just going to say we have the 6-car and the 48. The battle's starting to heat up. 48's just pulling them in just by a couple thousandths. Oh, and we have another driver in the mix, the number 38 car of Nautical Skater. He's also now in the mix.
Straggly Golf loose out of the 4th corner. ATL, it's been a struggle all day for the 42 car. The end of the stage cannot come soon enough.
I know, man. It's already been, it feels like this race has been going on for a while. You know, we haven't seen too many lead changes, but we have seen quite a lot of contact and collisions here, especially towards the beginning of the race, as they are just running single file line onto the back straightaway right now. Looking on board with the 41, he was looking to claim that first place position. And let's take a look right here with Green Bay Oh, man, I don't know what happened to him, but he has got some big-time damage.
Spun out.
48's into the wall coming out of that fourth corner, ATL. That's Quick Kitten in big trouble. And now the hybrid driver, the highest, the full throttle driver, the highest ranked full throttle driver, now slides to the back, and that puts hybrid in the top 6 positions in this race. 8 out of the top 10 hybrid drivers right now, Atlanta.
Man, well, you know, if you've got 8 of your buddies up at the top 10, that you're doing something right. And, you know, that kind of goes back to when I say you really got to practice. And sometimes these guys have a lot more time to practice with their teammates than other leagues. And that can definitely come into play. It's, you know, just has to do with who's available and who can run together. And it's definitely showing here tonight at Texas. They are running great here tonight for the Hybrid Racing League. As we look at the 42 car, just kind of sitting right before pit road.
Quick Kitten's around out of the fourth corner.
Oh, man.
42. The Quick Kitten is having some big trouble. The car's horribly slow out of that fourth corner. Either the tires are shredded or the 48 has lost the plot. You saw the 42 struggling to come down pit road, and it's just a bigger mountain to climb for Full Throttle.
Well, 21 headed around the way right now. Rock NASCAR, dude, thank you so much. Windy City has been leading this race pretty much since the restart. At 21 having a very strong car here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, as the 41 and a lot of his other teammates are just right behind. He doesn't have too much to worry about. You can kind of relax a little with all these guys up here in the top 10.
Caution's going to be out on the racetrack this time by Atlanta. The 9 of Green Bay is slow. The 24 went around on the front stretch. Extensive damage for the 9. The 2 of Flash Desert now coming across the line, and you can see they're starting to slow down. Caution is out on the track, and again, a timely yellow flag. Many of these drivers losing all sorts of control on worn old Goodyear Eagle tires.
Well, as you guys just saw, Rock NASCAR greatly appreciate those bits. If you'd like to donate bits, you can do right there in the right-hand corner.
Interesting to see
and that
who
helps
comes down pit
support
lane
the stream.
to
I
finish
really
out
only
this
use
stage.
any of that stuff
I'm not
to
exactly sure what the lap count
get new stream stuff like webcam or software or anything like that. So greatly appreciate you, Rock, doing that over the past few nights. Got Green Bay right there in the pits. Let's see what everybody else is doing as we head to the pace car of Evil Within. Greatly appreciate him dedicating, you know, some time here tonight to do that pace car. It's kind of boring to do that because you only, you know, drive out a little bit, but nonetheless, everybody working together.
The 17 as they cross the line, nose to tail, and they're going to take one lap under caution before opening the pits. And this is where it starts to get dicey because these drivers, not only can they not make it on fuel, but they can't make it on tires. So they're going to need to put strategy together and hope for a couple more cautions to go the rest of the distance.
Yep, you're exactly right. As we are rounding down stage 1 here at Texas Motor Speedway, things have been dicey all night, I feel like. Well, looking back from Evil Within, it looks like almost every car other than one right there is going to be taken down to pit road unless they're just doing some tomfoolery. And I don't think that's the chance. There we go.
No shady malarkey or jiggery pokery this time around, ATL. I don't think we'll see any of these drivers dare to not take 4 tires and fuel if they come down. The way they have been losing control at the end of these green flag runs is dangerous. It's been a miracle so far that the hybrid league has hung on to it. I've seen more hybrid cars lose control and hit the wall than full throttle cars this evening, but somehow they maintain these top positions. Keep your eye on hybrid. Expect them to stretch the mileage on fuel and tires. Risk versus reward as the stage winds down.
Yeah, you couldn't be more right about that there, Rick. As we're still just waiting for this caution to wrap up.
Even exiting pit road, they still have the top 6 spots. So Full Throttles definitely has their work cut out for them. They try to get as many stage points as they can before it runs out.
42 is going to take his wave around ATL. The 9 car of Green Bay is going to be tail end of the longest line. He got trapped a lap down, so far Full Throttle up against it. So the end of the first stage so far appears to be in Hybrid's favor. But one thing that surprised everybody last night, Atlanta and Money, was the team at the end that came across as the winners were down against it. A late race caution and clever pit strategy could put Full Throttle in first place points-wise at the end of this stage. Anything's possible, and the desperation to finish well is only getting greater.
You are exactly right, Rick. I like the way you talk. As we are seeing Evil Within wrap things around as the pace car. Is he going to head in? No, I don't believe he's going to head in. They're going to take one more lap around, and then we will be ready to go here at Texas. Greatly appreciate all you guys sticking with us throughout this caution. I know it's not the most exciting thing to watch.
Money, put yourself in the driver's seat. The drivers have one more lap to caution. We're going to have just under 15 laps to go when we take the green flag. Do you risk crashing the car to stretch your resources in these last 15 laps?
I think if you're Full Throttle, you have to get a little bit more aggressive to try to get as many stage points as you can. Hybrid currently has this race dominated so far, so if I'm Full Throttle, I'm definitely pushing the pace. I'm taking a little bit more risk to try to get up there. Now, if I am Hybrid, I'm working the best I can to keep that front 6-pack together. It's been working for them all night, and if they can manage to keep that pack tight, I think they're going to have this stage.
Man. Oh, it's already been a crazy race here. I don't know what to think about it. I'm ready for him to go restart, as we are about to right here. And we are green flag here once again, and it looks like restarts have been one of the biggest problems for some of these drivers.
Top 6 positions being held by Hybrid Racing. Windy City pulling off to a fantastic start. Lucky number 13 to go as they cross the line. 12 laps to go this time by. The 41 and the 6 drafting down the backstretch. Hybrid absolutely squeezing all the blood they can out of this first stage. Atlanta, they're in firm control. 12 to go.
Well, with only 12 laps to go in the stage, a little bit more antsier drivers we will see here on the track. Knowing that, you do at least want to try to get some kind of stage point, as the 21 has been really a dominant car here, especially when he's got the 6 behind him, as well as the 44, I believe it was. All these cars doing some great racing here tonight at Texas as we cross that start-finish line and get ready to wrap up stage 1.
Already you can see the number 41 car get loose as he exited turn 4, clipped the grass a little bit.
Yep.
Hopefully that does not come back to haunt him as these laps wind down.
Yeah, you know, you never really think that that little mistake can come back and do something significant, but you never know. You know, losing that little bit of momentum or that one position, what that could have done to affect your race a little bit differently. But, you know, I don't know if we still have 8 out of 10 drivers with the Hybrid Racing League, but I can tell you I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces up at the top, and they are not letting anybody by.
Hybrid incredibly strong at the front of this one. They just crossed the line for 10 to go Atlanta. So now it'll be 9 laps to go this time by. Race Control has had enough of the 42. He has been aggressive and shoved his own teammate, the 9, out of the way. Keep your eye on Full Throttle. They are starting to crack at the foundations while Hybrid pulls away from this one. The Castrol Mustang of Jinx, biding his time behind his teammate in the Motorcraft Mustang, has now taken the lead, and it's now 8.5 to go this time. Atlanta at the front, they're getting crazy. At the back, they're getting crazy. These teammates could take themselves out if they're not careful.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, the Fast Family Racing Showdown is all about, you know, being a teammate, being a champion, and just having fun on the track. It's not about wrecking your teammates when you think they're getting by because you have damage to your car. So that's nothing we ever want to see on the track. And 42 definitely going to be penalized for some of those actions, as 21 has regained the lead from the 6, and a lot more drivers have come up here to fight for that first place position as we round the corner and going into 7 laps to go here at Texas for stage 1.
One driver to keep an eye on is that number 8 car of Metalborn 52-55. He is slowly creeping his way into that top, as he's cracked his way into the top 5, looking to gain a few more spots.
Yeah, I'm on board with the 8 right now as he is looking to the draft of the 6. He pretty much just got double blocked right there. The 6 wasn't going fast enough, and the car right to the top. So, oh my lord, the 12 is going to cut down below just like a loaf of bread. That was insane. And now the 12 and the 8 are going to try to work some magic here on the bottom line.
It was 6 to go that time as they crossed the line. 5.5 laps left. Cautions are off. 21 car leading the 41 car. That's Windy City leading James. James trying to get to the top of this one, but at the front, Windy City has dominated since the second caution. 5 to go this time by. No yellows for the remainder of the stage, as is rules. Atlanta, do you think anybody has anything for Windy City in the 21?
I think the only thing that could possibly happen is we get some cars right here going together as we see some huge contact. Oh my lord, on that back straightaway. It looks like everybody recovers, but unless Windy City runs out of tires or fuel, or they have some teammates able to work together in these last few laps and get up there, I don't think the 21 has too much to worry about. Repeat, what's up, dude? Oh, dude, it just kicked me from the race. Can one of you send me an invite back to the race?
The stage in hand.
What?
From my perspective. Oh, we have another accident.
9's around.
Car going into 1.
Yo, I need an invite. It kicked me from the game. I think it turned my whole stream off.
9.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. It just randomly kicks me out. I don't know why it's been doing that.
9, pass through, please. We're seeing you all over the track, man. You either got to get a handle in your car.
Slide job, you're hot on the stream.
Oops, sorry.
Well, 51 laps remain of 167 as I lag out and I'm coming back in. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with us
Big wreck on
as-
the
More
front
carnage
stretch. The
going in
9
front
has
stretch.
gone
Oh,
rogue.
man.
Sorry to interrupt, Atlanta. The 9 has acted as a parking brake, and Race Control wants to park the 9. They are parking the 9 for being a moving chicane out of the fourth corner. Disaster for Full Throttle, and now the 9 car continues to move. He now relegates his position, bouncing off of the outside turn 3 wall, and the danger continues. Race
Repeat.
Control now demanding the owner of the 9 tells the 9
that
car to
actually
disconnect,
wasn't
and there it is.
OBS crashing.
Green
That
Bay has
was
disconnected. He's
kicking
left
me
the
off
race,
of this
thankfully, for the
and
safety of other
it
drivers.
messing with the stream.
That's going to be the end of the stage. Hybrid obviously taking the win.
Yeah, what the heck is up with the 42 and the 9? I mean, Jesus, boys, get it together. 9 is parked right there. Let's go take a look at the 42 real quick. He's still running around the track. Hopefully not going to be a big parking brake like his friend was. That is so unfortunate and just so unnecessary.
Yeah, as a competitor, you hate to see that. You want everybody to have utmost sportsmanship and have a great code of conduct. I mean, they're not only representing themselves, but they're also representing the league that they're racing for and the NASCAR Heat community as a whole.
Already 2 Full Throttle drivers been warned, one of them ejected for rough driving as the second stage gets back underway, Atlanta. One
More
car didn't
carnage,
move,
one
the
car
one
did not
didn't
move.
and now cars spinning through the field. They're going to race it back to the line, and Full Throttle Racing, where they ended stage 1 in disaster having a driver ejected, they begin stage 2 in disaster with a crash off the restart.
As soon as I looked back and on my screen, I looked over, told my girlfriend something, looked back, and what do I see? Everything's spinning out.
Yellow at the line, and there's going to be penalties assessed. Just waiting on the word from Race Control. Money, I didn't see what happened to the 1 car, but it looked like he quite literally did not move.
1 car did not go, stacked up the whole field, caused a big incident. We asked him at the green flag to take a pass through, and he ended up disconnecting.
1 car disconnected, guys.
We have
2 disconnections already for Full Throttle Racing. That's going to be the 9 who's ejected rather than disconnected. The 16 of Uniform Hen, who was disconnected in stage 1, and now the 1 car will join his teammates. That's Mustard Bush in the Monster Camaro for Full Throttle Racing. So far, it looks like we have 3, possibly, that's 4 disconnections. Christian in the 51 Camaro has now
51.
disconnected. Full Throttle Racing left with 6 drivers on the racetrack.
Man, can they even have enough drivers to finish the race?
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate for Full Throttle Racing. We were hoping to get some really good action-packed racing between both teams. Now it's looking more like we're going to see some action-packed racing between the hybrid team.
Oh boy, yep. I think you're exactly right. Well, it looks like the 6 and the 21 are going to be sitting where they have a lot tonight, first and second place positions, as we see these drivers head around the track once again with the pace car out right now. Let's head to that pace car and just look on back from Evil Within. Greatly appreciate him doing that service once again, as a lot of drivers now headed down to pit road.
It's going to be the 6 of Jinx leading the 21 of Windy City. For the first time tonight, ATL, you see that black and gold number 2 car of Flash Desert. He now moves into 3rd place for hybrid racing. As you look through the field, it looks like the top 6 or 7 cars, all hybrid racing. A reminder, if you're just joining us, Full Throttle Racing with 4 disconnections in the race, leaving 6 drivers to hybrids 10.
Oh boy, what a race so far. I mean, who are you going to count on? You can't even count on your own teammates. They're all disconnected and wrecking each other. That's awful. Well, from the drivers, not to sit here and just knock the Full Throttle League. From the drivers that have not been doing that in the Full Throttle League, we have seen some great driving from them so far here tonight at Texas. We hope that they are able to get their team together and, you know, put on a show for their league and hopefully have a chance at tonight's race.
I mean, even with 6 drivers, you still have a chance at cracking. Still have a chance at cracking this nut. I mean, granted, you will have to have all 6 drivers in that top 10, but hey, it's possible as long as those 6 drivers that are remaining are their strongest 6 drivers.
Mm-hmm.
The 6-car Jinx is going to be the leader when we get back to the restart here. Windy City in the 21, his teammate right behind him. In that black and yellow number 2, also racing for Hybrid, is going to be the driver known as Flash Desert. To his outside in the 38 is going to be Nautical Skater. Starting behind them in the number 12, red and yellow Mustang, that's going to be Phenomenal. To the outside of Phenomenal in the number 41 Haas Mustang is James. To the inside of James currently, but 1 row behind, that's going to be the number 10 of Brad Reinder. And then that looks like the 8-car may have disconnected. That's Metalborn, who's still showing on the inside of the wall, and he's not moving. Now he's back going once again. No idea what happened to the 8-car. And he's going once again.
Well, it looks like the pace car is still on the track. 21 and 6 going to be starting things off once again as we do restart. Let's see if he heads on down. Nope, pace car is going to stay on the track for one more lap.
And it looks like the 8-car is going down pit lane for repairs.
Feel better? No? Damn it, sorry. Okay. According to Race Control Atlanta, it sounds like the 8-car lost connection not to the server but to his controller. And now it looks like the 8-car may have disconnected from this race. I'm scrolling through the field.
8-car's repairing his damage.
8-car's repairing damage. Okay, so we are all set there. Thank you.
Will 8-car be assumed their original position?
Atlanta, they're going to take one more pace lap as they circle around, try and get the drivers settled. The 8-car was repairing damage, so it's going to be one more lap while he comes around to collect the field. 43 to go as they cross the line, so we're going to have 42 left when we go to green, assuming that everybody's going to be okay from here on out. Money, if you're driving for Full Throttle, it's a huge uphill climb to get back into this one. It could be a race for pride at this point, but what can Full Throttle do to show they've got what it takes and they belong in this tournament?
Well, I can tell you what, the initial strategy they had coming into the race, throw it out the window. It has changed completely since this race has started. They're now going to have to bust and grind their way up to the top if they want to expect to win here at Texas. I would expect them to be aggressive, trying to get through the field, just so long as they are not just knocking cars around trying to get up there.
And that's for sure right there, as we see the pace car about to head off the track, and we are headed to the Geico restart zone here at Texas Motor Speedway. And we have green flag here for stage 2. 21 getting overtaken by 6 immediately from that top side. 38 trying to eat it right there on the outside as well. Trying to dig, trying to get the draft. 621 going to be your top 2 drivers again.
That's Jinx, Windy, and Nautical Skater in your top 3. Castrol, Motorcraft, Fire Alarm, Mustang, as they come across the line. 41 laps to go this time by.
And we're seeing more struggles here in the back of the pack for the, I forgot their name, but anyways, Full Throttle Racing.
That's Full Throttle.
Yep, Full
42.
Throttle Racing. 42 having struggles getting into the wall, and 3-car and the 42 are off the pace just a little bit.
40 laps to go this time by Atlanta. You see the 21 of Windy City to the inside of Jinx in the 6. That Motorcraft Mustang trying to get the position from the Castrol Mustang. These drivers making excellent use of the low line and the high line all together, but they are opening the door for Nautical Skater to make his way through. Hybrid getting a little antsy, and it's a 3-way fight for first. Money, here comes the 38.
Man, oh man, 21-6 and the 38, all top 3 drivers right there together as the 6 and 21 nose to nose as we head in to turn 2.
Out of that second corner, the 38 getting a little squirrely, but following in the tire marks of the 21 and the 6. Money, these 3 are starting to pull away. Hybrid occupying what looks like 9 out of the top 10 positions right now. They're starting to get a little antsy back there. Do you think it's too early to start racing your teammates?
You know, everybody in the hybrid racing league's been sitting pretty kind of at the top 10, so I feel like they might have the opportunity right now. If they just want to race each other, they definitely could. But Jay Haskell, we will have the points update here shortly, probably for Mr. Slide Job, and he will let us know as the 6 looking to overtake the 21 once again. It is anybody's race here at the top with the 6, 21, and 38 going to be your top 3 drivers.
Playing musical chairs with the lead, and now that 38 car wants to get in the mix as well. Nautical Skater, he's now to the inside of Jinx in the 6. He's going to be challenging the 21 of Windy City for the lead. That Fire Alarms Mustang is now on the low side out of 4. He's going to get a great run down the straight. He's going to cross the line in second place. Car starting to get loose, just a few laps away from green flag pit stops.
You just mentioned the points update. How about it?
All right, Mr. Slide Job with the points update. What's it looking like?
Yes, sir. So we've seen Full Throttle really struggle early here, having 2 drivers with issues with lag, and then another couple with being issued parking. So that first stage, Hybrid really dominated, took 49 of the 55 stage points to Full Throttle 6, and you know, after a couple drivers leaving the race, it's going to get a steeper hill to climb.
Well, thanks for that points update right there, as we see a lot of action at the top of the pack right now. 21 of Windy City now leading it once again as we head to the front straightaway, about to cross the start-finish line. Not that many laps to go, probably about 35, 40, just about here.
And we have a car mowing some grass. I believe that is the number 41 car of James 1444. Getting a little bit intense with the teammate. I saw him give a little love tap, hit that inside exiting turn 4, and in the grass he went.
21, 38, 12 across the line. You see Phenomenal getting loose out of that 4th corner, and his teammate Jinx in the 6 getting right up to his rear bumper. But this is the highest Phenomenal has been ranked in this race since the first caution. The 12 car is making a comeback, but he's burning resources trying to get to the front. I'm very curious to see how it's going to affect these drivers with pit stops looming.
I'm very interested as well, but feel like Hybrid isn't going to have too much to worry about.
38 spinning.
Uh-oh. in another car right there. 42 spinning out as well. And I believe that might be a caution.
Fours around 32 is the fours around the 42 is around. You saw the 42 spinning, and it bottlenecked a lot of drivers. And so far, the caution's going to come out once again, and it's unbelievably coincidental. For the third time tonight, just mere laps before the green flag pit stops commence, the yellow comes out, and these drivers are saved once again.
Man, oh man.
31 to go as they cross the line, Atlanta. So now if the stage remains green, you can bet these drivers are gambling on just 2 more pit stops in the remainder of stage 2.
Well, we're definitely going to see some guys pitting here now.
Yeah, I'd say this would be a no-brainer. 4 fresh tires, full can of fuel, maybe tighten up that car a little bit for that long run, and hopefully we can see some longer green flag laps.
Atlanta, we're now hearing from race control that they are monitoring the 42's behavior. They've sent a message to the owner of Full Throttle to keep the 42 car in check. So Old Smokey 28 driving the 88 car, getting the message now. He needs to control his driver, Straggly Golf.
Yeah, Straggly having an awful night here tonight in Texas. We'll definitely keep an eye out on his car. It is crunched up like an old soda can.
Money, a lot of these cars have heavy damage as they come down pit road, but it will cost them extra seconds to take the time to repair it. If it's not substantial, do you risk not repairing damage with 30 laps remaining in this stage?
I would say you have too many laps left on the ticker to not repair that damage no matter how much time. If you are hybrid and you have a substantial amount of damage, just think you have a big points buffer. You can afford to take some time off to get those repairs fixed and move yourself up the racetrack. If I'm Full Throttle, even though you are down by a handful of points, I would still say you'd want to repair that damage and give yourself the best chance to get up front.
Atlanta, if you take a look to the end of pit road, you'll notice Straggly Golf 847 in the 42 car has run out of gas. So now he is at a crawl on the very inside of the racetrack trying to make it around, and it goes from bad to worse to just impossible for Straggly Golf in the Credit One Camaro.
Maybe that's what he gets for not racing well. Somebody said out of gas and out of luck. That's about the story.
ATL, he still has the option to race for pride. We're all
Yeah.
here for the love of racing. And the 42, it doesn't mean he can't turn around this performance this evening and he can't turn some fast laps. It's nothing that 4 fresh tires and a tank full of fuel can't fix.
True.
However, it's up to the driver. It's up to the guy behind the steering wheel to change the tone of his race so far. So I'm curious to see how the 42 behaves if he turns over a new leaf in the second half of this race.
Definitely going to be something to find out as we're taking a lap one more time around the track. Then we'll be headed in once again here to Texas.
And it looks like the 42 will make it.
Pace car staying out one more time. It looks like.
Looks like I see the 38 car on pit road for some reason.
Huh.
I believe he wrecked before pit road entry and missed the went flying through pit road.
Well, there goes that pace car. As we go to the 21 of Windy City, Geico restart zone, green flag for the end of stage 2. How many laps are left in stage 2? Y'all gonna count?
None so far, ATL. We're waiting on the word from race control to see how many laps you have remaining in this one. 21 getting out to a great lead so far. We saw the 6 car contacting the wall coming out of that 4th corner, and it is a drag race down out of this 1st corner. Windy City so far with a stranglehold on this lead, and he's going to cross the line once again, leading another lap. But the fury is coming from the 12 car. That's phenomenal. His teammate getting right up behind him. But look who's in 3rd place. 20, as you just heard it from race control there, and that's Metal Born in the number 8. He's made it all the way up to 3rd place. So Full Throttle putting on a good show and trying their best for the fans at home.
Yeah, I'm surprised that, honestly, if Full Throttle keeps up with all these things going on, they might get themselves disqualified.
23 as they cross the line, ATL. Money, so far it's been the Windy City show, and he's brought the Chicago flavor to the Texas Motor Speedway, but that 8 car is now making his way up through the field. 24 hits the wall coming out of the 4th corner, so still some bad news for Full Throttle, but Money, what kind of morale boost can it do when you see your teammate trying his hardest and showing in a top 3?
Well, you can definitely tell he's put some time in practicing at this racetrack. This is a racetrack you definitely have to turn some laps around to get a good feel around the track. He has been everywhere as far as positions-wise in this race. He's been in the back, he's been in the front, he's been able to race wherever he really wanted to, so kudos to him for putting in the time and effort.
21 laps to go this time. Atlanta, the 21 car of Windy City, getting loose out of the fourth corner, and that could explain why he's having trouble hanging on to the lead. Mows the grass through the dogleg. It's going to be the 8 car of Metalborn to his outside, and the 41, his hybrid teammate, right behind him. James in the 41 behind him. Metalborn to the outside of James, and now trying to get a great run down the backstretch. Keep your eyes peeled. Windy City is starting to have some windy troubles out of 4.
Yep, 12 now your leader as we come out of the turn 4 right there onto the front straightaway. 21 leading a lot of today's race right there with Windy City, but unfortunately he has been overtaken, and now we have a new race leader.
Money, that 12 car has been the class of the field since the last restart, starting to pull away. Windy City, his hybrid teammate in that red and white Motorcraft Mustang, has a lot to do to catch up to him, but you can tell he might be trying to conserve tires by the gap he's keeping between them. If you're the driver in front, do you absolutely blister the pace, or do you conserve resources knowing the stage is coming to a close?
I would say at this point you need to conserve your resources to ensure that you will indeed make it to the end, and you're not going to have any handling issues as they're about ready to pass some lap traffic, so it'll be interesting if they make it by them cleanly. But to your point, yeah, I 100% agree they need to conserve their tire wear, their fuel, just to ensure that they're able to make it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
18 as they just crossed that line, so it'll be 17 laps to go this time by. Expect a couple of these drivers to try the short pit. They shouldn't go more than 12 or 13 laps on tires, but the bravest of pilots will be thinking about 2 or 4 tires trying to get this late stage win. Windy City now catching up to the 12 of Phenomenal, and it's been a phenomenal end to the second stage so far. Atlanta, pit stops are looming, and these 2 drivers have to think strategy.
Yeah, 21 of Windy City is definitely going to have to think about something better to do, as that 12 is able to secure that lead, and he has just been staying on it right there in that advanced auto parts car. As soon as we head down to pits, though, it'll be a totally different race, as they will head on down and possibly get only 2 tires, maybe hardly any fuel, and try to just finish out the stage.
Money's now 17 laps to go. You see the 21 car getting loose down the front stretch, and his teammate James in the 41 Haas Mustang is right up his rear bumper. The 21 could benefit from a short pit strategy. 30, then there's a car that's gone around as we go through. It looks like the 42's gone around. The 88's gone around as well. That's the captain for Full Throttle. All Smoky is down on the front stretch. You see he's using the apron and going through the grass, avoiding his competitors. A good move by the 88 there. So far, we remain green. 88's back on the track in front of the 6. Heavy contact between drivers. What a move there. Not the safest one in the world. Atlanta, I can't describe what I just saw.
Oh, man. Look at the 42,
Dangerous
dude.
move indeed.
What is the 42
so
even
far,
doing?
Full Throttle certainly has lost the plot. Once again, Race Control reaching out to the 88, telling Old Smoky to get control of the 42. The 42 racing in front of the leaders, and so far, a couple of the officials have made an argument for parking the 42, but he remains on the track.
Oh my gosh, he just took out the 10!
And that's going to cause a caution, and the 42 is being parked. Race Control is parking the 42 car. He's been done. Full Throttle down to 5 drivers.
Honestly, when it gets down to 5 drivers, and this is awful.
Just going to do some quick math estimations. I believe that would put them out of contention to even win this race.
And if it puts the drivers, if it puts them out of contention, then that should just be the end of the race. I mean, there's no point of, you can win for spirit, but there really is no point of racing to the end if you can't even win to begin with. It's like getting run-rolled in baseball.
Old Smoky 28 coming out of pit road as he just came down, and the 42 has safely disconnected. So now that leaves Full Throttle with only 5 drivers and all the pride to race for. We didn't mention this at the top of the show because it's been a rare occurrence, but so far, these drivers have a lot to play for, and they can make a name for themselves, showing their pride for their team in this remaining stage.
Man, oh man, that's something else. Honestly, if I was, a slide job or something, I'd be thinking about what the end of this race is going to be like if I don't know.
So far, the drivers from Hybrid are putting on a fantastic show for the fans at home to watch. I'm in love with the racing that the leaders are putting on. Windy City in the 21, the 6 car of Jinx, the 12 of Phenomenal, and the 41 car being driven by James. So far, these drivers putting on a great show, but don't forget about number 8. Metalborn 5255 for Full Throttle Racing, still holding the top 5, still charging as hard as he can. I would give him the Hard Charger Award thus far.
Well, a couple of cars staying out right there. Let's go take a look and see. Looks like Nautical Skater is going to be staying out right there in the 38 car, as well as another driver. It looks like in the 88. Yeah, old
88 car. Appears to be lap down drivers.
And it's the race off pit road right here. And it looks like the 12 of Z Phenomenal is going to win that race off pit road as we head up onto turn 2. And they race back.
Three's gone around on the backstretch, Atlanta, so Hair to the Throne having some trouble, almost getting clipped by the number 2 of Desert. Just getting worse for Full Throttle. But so far, the one shining beacon in this collection of drivers has been Metalborn 5255. ATL, it's going to be 8 laps to go this time by in the stage, so all of these drivers can make it on fuel and certainly on tires. So expect a shootout to the end of stage 2.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And the thing is, as soon as they hit 5 laps to go, there is no more when it comes to cautions as we go green and the 21 of Windy City takes it for the lead here in the final laps of stage 2. Well, so far,
21
so good.
busting out. Go ahead, Atlanta. 21's out to a good lead.
Yep, going to say 21 up there. So far, so good. He's been sitting where he has a lot tonight, but he's got the 12. His strongest competitor right there behind him looking to take it away. The 6 was up there a lot during stage 1, but has been slowly trickled back into the middle of the pack as 20 has dwindled down to 15 here tonight. And that is not good for any racer. It's never good to have half your team leave the field.
Money, it's going to be 6 laps to go this time by. Windy City pulling out to a fantastic lead over Phenomenal. And then here comes the 41 in 3rd place of James. Motorcraft Mustang leading the way with 3 or 4 car lengths, but that 12 car is going to get a sweet run coming out of the 2nd corner. What moves can the 12 of Phenomenal pull off to get closer and make the pass, as it'll be 5 to go this time by?
Yeah, you really want to hit your entry points spot on in order to gain as much time as you can. Try to get in that draft and pull a couple tenths per straightaway going into the corners. It'd be interesting to see what he can do. He also has traffic behind him that will be looking to get around him, so I think he'll be fighting his teammates off more than he'll be trying to catch the 21.
No more yellows, 4.5 laps as they come down the backstretch. The 12 is starting to creep up, but it's been the Windy City show all night long. With a Texas-sized lead at the end of the 1st stage, the 12 gets a little loose out of 3, and with a great run out of 4, here comes the 6 of Jinx. Side by side for 4th place, 4 laps to go as they cross the line. Atlanta, these 4 have been the class of the field all day. What a show they've been putting on.
Yeah, it's been a great job watching the Hybrid Racing League, do their thing. As Full Throttle is kind of, I don't know what happened to them tonight. Maybe it's a full moon, but just not the night they wanted to have here tonight for the Full Throttle Racing League. The Hybrid Racing League, on the other hand, doing a good job with Windy City in that Chicago-bound car taking on these last few laps of the stage. And I think he's going to win it.
2.5 laps to go as they come down the backstretch. Look to the 24, bus driver 1888. He has now become the highest ranked driver for Full Throttle Racing, still in the top 5. So obviously Full Throttle still trying their hardest. 2 to go this time by, so a tip of the cap to the remaining Full Throttle drivers, putting on a show for their team and for the fans at home. 6 car mowing the grass into turn 1, but Atlanta, I agree, barring a mistake, Windy City's going to come away with this stage win, 1.5 laps as he leads the field down the back.
Something else to see, Windy City doing just a phenomenal job, but look who is caught back up, that 6 car I was just talking about, as we head to white flag, I believe.
They definitely see some blocking going on as the 21 and 6 make contact as they enter turn 1. I think these guys are just out there having fun now. They know they have this stage win, barring any huge mistakes, but I think they're out just having fun.
Yeah, I think they are too. Just enjoying the race that they know they've already won here tonight. Imagine scoring 40 baseball points to 1. I mean, you think you're going to win.
With that stage win, Atlanta, it's going to be the Castro Mustang of Jinx finishing in 1st place. It's going to be in the Motorcraft Mustang of Windy City coming home 2nd, and then it's going to be the 12 Advanced Auto Parts Mustang of Phenomenal rounding out that top 3 for Hybrid. A great almost penultimate last lap pass there. for that win. Getting a little racy at the end, which is something the fans do indeed love to see. Stage 3 coming right up.
Yep, we'll be underway shortly here for the final stage at Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching the Full Throttle Racing League take on the Hybrid Racing League here tonight on a, what I would imagine would be a very hot summer day here in Texas. Jay Haskell, greatly appreciate you cheering those bits, dude. You are the man, Jay Haskell, as we are looking to restart here with the 6 car for the final stage.
A good jump for the 6 car getting into that first corner. Jinx in the Castro Mustang, leading Phenomenal in the red and yellow Advanced Auto Parts Mustang. In the Motorcraft Mustang in third is Windy City. You see the 41 Haas Mustang of James making contact with that outside wall. Money, the outside wall of 2 and 4 have been ruining race cars all night long. What makes it so difficult to stay off of that wall?
Your car just seems to tighten up as it goes to exit turns. Exit turn 2. You don't want to oversteer too much because then it'll bust your car loose, and that's why you're seeing so many drivers trying to ride that thin line, and that's why you're seeing a lot of drivers make contact with that wall. As you see more contact up in the wall. 38 car, I believe.
We should have a points update for Mr. Slide Job here momentarily, and guys, I'm going to take a short break and I will be right back. You guys can keep talking if you want to. I just gotta go.
Absolutely, Atlanta, with great pleasure. 6 car so far taking the lead and leading the 12 and the 21. These 3 have just been a cut above. Money, these hybrid racing Mustangs have just dominated all night long, and you can say it's because of their smooth driving, but they have taken the strategy of going nose to tail for the majority of the race. 24's loose out of that 4th corner, Money. He clearly is not taking advantage of the nose-to-tail draft, but speak to how effective that draft can be for these drivers around Texas.
Especially going down the backstretch. If you can get a nice, decent run off that high lane and you catch a good draft, there's a good chance that you're able to catch that bumper.
How many laps this time, Jinx?
And possibly go down low and gain a couple positions.
56 laps to go as they cross the line. The number 6 Castro Mustang of Jinx leading the 12 Advanced Auto Parts Mustang of Phenomenal. That's going to be Windy City in the 21 sitting in 3rd. Looking back to 4th, you're looking at the 41 Haas Mustang of James. And then behind James, just coming out of the 2nd corner, is the 48 of Quick Kitten for Full Throttle. Another Full Throttle driver in the 24. That's Bus Driver right behind them. So signs of life. They do not want to give up the fight. Full Throttle continues to charge. 24's loose and he's in the wall down the front.
Yes, definitely 48 fight for everything he's got to try to crack to get inside that top 5. We will see if he can try to get up to the front guys of the 6, the 12, and the 21.
At the front, at the point, you've got the 12 making a move to the inside of the 6, looking for that lead. Drivers getting loose. Flash Desert in the number 22 Alliance Truck Parts Mustang. And number 2 Alliance Truck Parts Mustang getting loose and hitting the wall out of 2. Tires are starting to wear, Money. The drivers need to be cautious to avoid another wreck.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you are hybrid, you are definitely on the conservative side at this point of the race. You know you have stage 1. You know you have stage 2. Now it's all about not making any catastrophic mistakes that would take out the entire field.
With these drivers drafting off each other the way they do, the 6 leading the 12 down that dog leg, it's difficult to pass at such a high rate of speed. But if you're the 12, if you're Phenomenal, looking to draft and slingshot around your teammate, where is the best place to pull it off?
I want to say it's off a turn 2. You can either that's a slower turn. It seems on this racetrack, and if that cars somehow get tight and they move up the racetrack and your car is set perfectly and you allow that car to rotate through the corner, you'll have a chance to get up on their inside and make a pass going into 3.
6, 12, 21, 41 as they cross the line. These 4 have just peeled away from their competition. Nose to tail and drafting into that Texas sunset. 12 to the inside. Here comes Phenomenal making his move for the lead, and he just can't make it stick down that backstretch. Money, he's going to get a run out of 4 if he can pull it off.
Yeah, he's definitely got to stick on that apron to allow that car not to get loose. Oh, and he does get loose. His car shoots up the racetrack just a little bit, and he's going to lose some momentum to the 6 car.
Contact between the 6 and the 12. Hard racing, but clean racing for the most part. These guys are teammates, but they have nothing to lose but the lead. Jinx is frenetically holding on to this one, but the 12 of Phenomenal looking to take a phenomenal win at the end of stage 2. 6, 12, 41 across the line. Money, that 12 is trying everything he's got.
And just like I was saying, he's setting himself up exiting turn 2 to set himself up on entry in turn 3 and get below the 6. We'll see if it works again for him.
.50 laps to go that time as they cross the line, so it'll be 49 laps left. 6, 12, 41, Jinx, Phenomenal, James as they cross the line. It's been all hybrid all day, but look out for that 24 and the 48 of Quick Kitten. They are marching their way through the field. Commissioner Slidejob, if you will grace us with a points update, sir, please.
Yes, sir. So even though it didn't appear so, Full Throttle actually did better in stage 2. They got a total of 10 points in that stage to Hybrid's 45. Hybrid obviously still dominating the race right now. A grand total of 104 to 16.
32's in the grass.
Sorry, 94. 94 to 16.
Thank you, Commissioner. 32 gets in the grass down the front stretch. 48 laps to go this time by. The 6 of Jinx leading the 12 of Phenomenal, and some heavy blocking into the 3rd corner. 6 cutting off the 12. 12 now with a run through the 4th corner. 6 trying to squeeze him down, but he can't hold him off this time. They almost touch. Money, it's a drag race across the line with 47 to go.
Yeah, 6 definitely getting a little aggressive in his blocking. Mind you, that is his teammate that he's blocking. So I'm starting to question what's going on here. They need to make sure they keep their concentration. Yes, they have a big points lead, but they need to avoid any accidents to ensure their victory.
Hard racing between these hybrid teammates indeed. The 12 sliding up the racetrack, 6 giving him ample room. And now with that move, the 12 clears the 6, but the 12 hits the apron out of 4, and he loses the momentum. 6 to the outside. Phenomenal to the inside. Jinx to the outside. Here comes James in the 41, waiting for these 2 to tangle and slip around the outside. These 3 Mustangs, 12, 6, 41, engrossed in an intense battle for first place. The 38 now coming up 6 to the inside. He loses all control of the car. He now wants to stick it to the inside of Phenomenal. He can't get the run into 3. He'll get the run through the center of the corner and out of 4. 6 clears the 12. New leader Jinx, but the 6 is loose. He's going through the grass. 41's going to follow him. Phenomenal now going to bust out to a sensational lead as he crosses the line, and the tires there are almost worn to the end. Money, there's your telltale sign at Texas when the tires have had enough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These drivers are racing way too hard for these tires to take it. If they want to continue to do this, they're definitely going to have to make some adjustments to that car on the longer runs in order for them to be able to make those kind of aggressive moves. Right now, their cars just simply cannot handle it.
The 38 of Nautical Skater moves into the 3rd position by way of James, who's lost control of his car. If you notice, the 48 of Quick Kitten still remains in 5th place. Full Throttle still showing signs of life and wanting to fight. The 21 car of Windy City has now been relegated all the way back to 6th place. Money, could the 21 be conserving tires in an attempt to win this event?
Almost definitely. I think he's just trying to conserve his tires, get down pit road, get 4 fresh Goodyears on, and then really burn some laps as the race winds down. So I still expect to see him up front toward the end of this race.
The curse of the commentator just struck their Money. The 21 horribly loose out of the 4th corner, and now he looks like he's going to come down pit road. So he's short pitting, and it looks like, well, I wouldn't even call it short pitting. It just looks like the 21 is just out of tire life. He's going to start the green flag pit stops. 8 is loose out of 4. The 3's around out of the 4th corner. So far, everybody's avoided him, and the 3 gets down in front of the 88. I don't know if he was trying to avoid him. Money, that could have been a dangerous crash.
Oh, definitely. It definitely would have brought out a caution had they made contact, but I believe they're going to stay green.
That's Hair to the Throne in the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Camaro, and Old Smoky in the number 88 Valvoline Camaro, both drivers for Full Throttle. One of the leaders has now come down pit road. The 6 Castrol Mustang of Jinx is now in. 24, the 41 has now spun, as well as the 24 of Bus Driver comes down, and the 41 makes contact with the 8. Money, the 41 could have just put his race in jeopardy if it goes green to the end. He loses control coming down pit road, which plagued 2 or 3 drivers in last night's race at Texas. It's the first opportunity we've seen for drivers to make green flag pit stops. Why is it so difficult to get a clean entrance down this Texas pit road?
Well, just because your car's so loose coming off of 4 already, the moment you try to oversteer and go down pit road and try to get on your brakes, get down to pit road speed, there's a great chance that your car is going to end up kicking it sideways. So you really have to baby it going into turn 4 to ensure that you're going to get down pit road safely.
Windy City in the 21 Motorcraft Mustang. He's looking to reclaim the lead by putting in a very, very fast outlap. As far as time is concerned, this is where a driver can make up the most time on fresh tires and fuel by putting in a blistering lap time. Windy City getting help from the 48, a little bit of a draft through that 3rd corner and out of the 4th. The 21 will reclaim the lead as he comes across the line. Money, does the 21 open up the gap with fresh tires, or does he save it in case it goes green?
I could see both sides of this. I could see them conserving and assuming it goes green. The field is nice and spread out right now, so I'm leaning toward the conservative side. But at the same time, he's here to race. He's here to have fun. They know they got a good lead. I think he could potentially also just put down some fast lap times.
Windy City in the 21 being closely pursued by the 48 Ally Camaro of Quick Kitten, who was in the top 5 when the green flag pit stop cycle began. So far, Windy City now behind his teammate. That's the 38 Fire Alarm Mustang of Nautical
New leader,
Skater.
6.
6 car is the leader as they cycle back through these green flag pit stops. That's Jinx in the Castrol Mustang leading for hybrid racing. Not a sight we're not used to. That 6 has been up front with the 12, 21, and 41 all day long. Now getting to the inside of the 3, that the Bass Pro Shops Camaro being driven by Hair to the Throne.
And it looks like 6 car has a tremendous lead above what I think is the 12 car. I would expect to see him try to conserve his tires a little bit, knowing he's got such a huge gap.
.36 laps to go this time by Money. The 6 car now getting up to lap traffic. That seems to be the 41 or the 14 Blue Def Mustang being driven by Demon Man. We haven't mentioned a lot because there's so much action going on at the front, but it's not all roses for hybrid racing. You see the 14 getting loose and having to check up coming out of the 2nd corner. That's his teammate and leader Jinx in the 6th. Not only is that the leader and his teammate, that is the league owner as well. So you certainly want to stay out of the way of the fastest car on the track.
Yeah, I definitely need better communication on that, making sure that he stays way up top to allow that 6 car to pass cleanly and not scrub off too much time. So it'll be interesting to see what the communication will be like from here on out.
You have contact with him?
Atlanta, fix your stream. They said it's like in sleep mode.
ATL, if you can hear us, we miss you, buddy. We wish you we want you to get back in the booth as soon as possible, but if you can refresh your stream for us, that would be fantastic. 6 car now getting past his teammate in the 14, and Jinx continuing to open up this already wide open lead. Money, it looks like the 6 is going for a speed run as opposed to an economy run, but just as I say that, here comes his teammate in the number 12 Advanced Auto Parts Mustang being driven by Phenomenal. So it looks like the roll of the hare now going to the 6, and the 12 car taking the bait. He is putting on the chase.
Oh, most definitely. 6 car may be conserving just a little bit while the 12 car is laying down everything he's got just to catch up to the 6. Mind you, he still has 2 cars in between them as far as lap traffic is concerned. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets around them.
Six car of Jinx still leading the way, a couple of lap cars behind him, and just at the back end you see the number 12 of Phenomenal starting to catch up. That 6 is sending it down into the low line of the first corner. How bad is he wearing these tires?
Oh, he's definitely killing the tires right now, especially if he's running that hard, that low on the racetrack, as he is again running the outside of the inner lane. So definitely not seeing any consistent lanes out of number 6.
Welcome back, ATL. Good to have you. You missed a couple of pit stop cycles there. It's the number 6 of Jinx still at the front of this one. If you look back, ATL, you'll see the red and yellow 12 car of Phenomenal about half a straightaway behind. Catch your breath and get ready, because the chase is on, Atlanta, and the 12 is now running down the 6, albeit burning resources at an alarming rate. None so far, ATL. You can see that Hybrid Racing League is poised to win this one, but Full Throttle coming back with a small resurgence in points. So they're still showing life, and they're still showing fight. The 48 car of Quick Kitten, the 24 car of Bus Driver, and the 8 of Metalborn have made themselves known, and they continue to fight the good fight.
Well, what do we have here? A little bit more of a race going on. Is you got a count of how many laps are left in this race?
I'll get with race control and get with you shortly, but now we're nearing the 30 to go mark.
Well, 30 laps here to go. So far, a fantastic race from the Hybrid Racing League. And you said how many? 30?
27
oh,
this
27.
time by. The the 6 is dwindling. So far, Phenomenal is now chipping into that lead slowly but surely, and you can bet it's going to be a race for tires. They've been about 10 laps on these tires and fuel so far, Atlanta, so they're starting to wear. You can see those coffee-colored clouds of smoke being kicked into the air by drivers mowing that front lawn down the dog leg front stretch. So the tires are wearing, the cords are showing. Green flag pit stops just a few laps away. Keep your eye on that 21. He was one of the first to pit, but with 27 laps left, these drivers will still be on a 2-stop strategy. Expect drivers to test the limits of their tires and tanks.
As you see the 12 car in the apron on the infield, definitely going to hurt his chances.
He was starting to reel in the 6. Now he's to the inside of his teammate in that number 14 Blue Def Mustang. That car being driven by Demon Man. Phenomenal, starting to catch up to the 6. I don't know if the 6 is trying to save tires, but that lead is now gone from 6 or 7 seconds down to 3 or 4. It's getting close just before pit stops.
I got a 1.7. I clocked at 1.7 between the 6 car and the 12 car.
It's going to spread wider now. You can see the 6 drifting high out of the second corner, as does the 12. Both cars losing handling as the tires start to wear even further. but they avoid pit road. You can see the 12 has just closed up the gap now. Atlanta, he's within striking distance. He smells that hot Castrol oil, and he's making his move for the lead. The 6, horribly slow out of the 4th corner. Something either's gone wrong with the 6 or he's trying to save tires.
Yeah, he must be trying to save or something, because he really just let that 12 take that position straight out from under him.
Pit road still remains quiet for now, Money. So far, no one coming down pit road, but the 21, Windy City, has now put himself on the apron of 3 and 4, so he will begin this next round of pit stops. Jinx giving up positions to the lapped car of the 3, and now the 14 is going to come around him. So the 6 car is in conservation mode. The game is afoot, Money. That Castra Mustang is playing strategy.
Almost definitely is playing strategy, trying to conserve some tire wear and possibly some fuel to see if he can stretch it to one stop.
Atlanta, it's a dangerous game he's playing because now the 6 has to do the math. Jinx must have that internal conversation with his crew chief and say, is it worth the slow pace? He just got a shunt from the 38 headed into the first corner, so Nautical Skater sending it right into his teammate as pit stops begin to cycle. Keep your eye on that 6. The 21 car's now leaving pit road, so green flag pit stops have officially begun, and this could be the move that wins this race.
Yep, you know, we talk about it all the time. You never know who's going to win. It's always up in the air. Until that last couple of laps, you really get a good indication, and that's something that we've seen here tonight. A couple of lead changes as we see the 14 into the back of the 6 big time. I don't know if that was a lag spike or if that's the 6 just losing gas, and I think that is the 6. He's just trying to get down on the pits and hold on one second. Where'd that 6 car go? So the 6 car
trying to go ahead, Atlanta. Sorry.
The 6 car, he not just overtake the 38 on that bottom line?
The 38 hit the inside wall trying to get down pit road and was far too slow. So the 6 trying to get around the 38. Again, both hybrid teammates in that Castrol and Fire Alarm Services Mustang, respectively. So drivers trying to avoid each other and keep their speed up on the way down pit road. You see the 48 of Quick Kitten is now down in pit road. The 2 of Desert has come down pit road. The 24 of Bus Driver has now left his pit stall, and so has the 88 of Old Smoky. So Full Throttle is down and away, ready to resume racing. They're just waiting for Hybrid to finish their stops, and this second round of green flag pit stops will have fully cycled through.
Boy, oh boy, well, as the laps wind down, aggressions turn up, and these drivers, even if they know that they might be out of the standing for the race, they're going to try to do everything they can to come out on top as we see the 21 get around a couple of cars coming off of pit road, and we're going to go back to our leader real quick, who I believe, I don't know actually who it is right now, I believe it's going to be the 6 car.
Ten car of Brad Reinger now coming down pit road, and that's going to be one of the last drivers to make pit stops on this cycle. Leader should be the 6 car. The 14 is now coming down pit road. That's Demo Man as well. So still some hybrid drivers that have yet to pit, but obviously these are lap down cars, not on the same cycle. The 6 car now, if he's not in the lead, he's in second place because he's chasing down Windy City in the 21. So the chase is on once again for first place.
And just looking around the field, just hopping between other drivers there is so nice and spread out across the racetrack. I expect this to go green all the way till the end, barring any huge mistakes.
Well, it looks like the 21 actually might be in the lead right there of Windy City as he's on the back straightaway approaching some lap traffic.
Atlanta, that's going to be the 12 car of Phenomenal who's leading this race. He crosses the line just now. 21 and the 6 are going to be following him, so certainly some trickeration is afoot.
Yep. Definitely going to be something to see here in the final laps. These guys have put on a show, you know, at the end of stage 1 and stage 2, so the final stage should be something to take home.
15 to go as they cross the line. 12 car leading this race, and that is going to be Phenomenal so far leading it. Windy City in the 21 now with his teammate in the 6. That's Jinx on the outside passing Windy City. So these cars can make it as they cross this line. 12 car now coming off at turn 2 with his teammates coming now out of turn 1. So these two are going to be chasing down the 12, looking to get the lead. 14 laps to go, so it's going to be a big stretch on tires and fuel. It could still come down to resource conservation.
And with that last lap, I estimated that they were 3 seconds down on that last lap.
21's coming down pit road. Windy City was not going to make it on fuel and tires, so he is gambling on the rest of his competitors not being able to make it either. It just got interesting with 14, now lucky number 13 to go as they cross the line. Atlanta, this is the make or break move for Windy City.
Yep, Windy City is going to be trying to race off pit road as the 6 is coming on by right now. And it looks like the 6 is going to be your new leader.
And I believe the 21 car did indeed take 4 tires on that last pit stop.
21 took 4 tires. Phenomenal now your leader as he crosses the line. The 12 car leading with 12 laps to go. And now with less than a dozen circuits left, Phenomenal has the choice to conserve resources and guarantee he can make it, but he has to be fast enough to beat his teammates' pit road delta. He's now catching up to the 21 of Windy City, who's exiting out of the 4th corner. Windy has no excuse but to hammer it and make the fastest time possible, hoping his teammates are going to pit. So now it's a game at 180 miles an hour. Do you stretch it? Do you conserve? Money, you're in the driver's seat. Are you going for the win, or are you guaranteeing a top 5 finish?
If I'm going in, I'm going fuel only. I would then conserve your tires from there on out, just to give yourself assurance that you will make it to the end, as long as you can conserve those tires, which from what I'm seeing, it looks like he's doing a pretty decent job of.
Well, the 6 car battling it out right here with the 38, who might actually be your leader. The way he is fighting him right there, that isn't something you ever see really a lap car do. So it looks like the 38 of Nautical Skater, is probably going to be your leader.
That's the 12 car of Phenomenal, who's the leader. You can see old Smokey in the 88, who's wildly loose ahead of the 12. Phenomenal in a spot of danger as he's trying to avoid getting clipped by that 88 car, but still trying to hold a smooth line and time. 12 car leading this race coming out of the 2nd corner. It'll be 8 laps to go this time by in the stage.
Yes, if I am the 12 car, I am begging and pleading with race control to get the 88 car to the top of the racetrack, to get by him cleanly so he can continue this race.
That 12 clears the 88 Atlanta. It's now 8 laps to go, and the 12 continues to push it. Phenomenal has been towards the front all race long, but we still don't know if he can make it on these tires and gas. Only time will tell. 7 to go this time.
So is 12 in first? I'm a little confused.
Yep, the 12 car is your leader.
Okay.
That's Phenomenal. That red and yellow Advanced Auto Parts Mustang. He's now catching up to the 41 of James on that outside. 7 laps to go.
Well, with only 7 laps to go, these leagues are looking for victory here at Texas Motor Speedway for the final race of round 1 here for Fast Family League Showdown Series. The 12 A Z Phenomenal trying to take things home, and as soon as it hits only 5 laps to go, there will be no more cautions.
41 stays high and gets out of the way of his teammate, and now that 12 car catching up to the 24 of bus drivers. So one more lap traffic car trying to get out of the way of the leader. Blue flags being shown for the 24. Money, the 12, is still putting on a fast pace around this racetrack. No signs of pit stop yet. So as they're coming to 6 to go, it's going to be a stretch to the finish. He's committed now.
Oh, he's definitely committed.
5
It's
to go
only
this
6
time.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, there is no going down pit lane at this point. Cautions are turned off for the majority of this race. He ran a 30.75 that last time around as I clocked it, so he's definitely not letting up that much as these laps wind down.
Atlanta Phenomenal is committed to going all the way to the end. No more cautions. 5 laps, and as they come to the line, 4 laps left in the opening round of the Fast Family League Showdown. It's been racing beyond our wildest dreams so far. 24 cautiously getting out of the way down the front stretch now with 4 laps to go. This race has been no exception. Thrills and spills for every lap of this race, and the magic, the action is still on. 3 to go this time by.
Well, 3 laps to go here. Can the Hybrid Racing League take things home? A lot of people in the chat saying let's go Hybrid, so a lot of fans as 2 laps to go with the 12 leading the 88 as we go into turn 1.
It'll be 2 to go this time by. 12 leading the 88. Money, how are those lap times? Is he still going as fast as he can?
That last lap, I clocked him at a 30.83, so he's not losing that much lap time. He's still running pretty consistent speed, so I think he knows what he's doing. I think he picked the perfect strategy to close out this race.
2 laps to go this time by. The 12 running a little bit slower. The gap to the 88 is not increasing, so he's either conserving or he's being ginger about it. Atlanta, that 12 is slow out of the second corner. The 88 is starting to catch up. He's hit the wall. 12 has hit the wall.
Oh,
he's
man.
losing tires. He could be losing fuel. 12 car is slowing down. It'll be 1 to go as he comes out of the fourth corner.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 right there overtaking the 12 into the grass big time. And the 12
lets the 12 car go.
Whoa, what was that? Big time lag.
Lag spike.
12 sputtered, or it's connection issues. I'm not sure.
It's
Atlanta,
connection.
it looks like the 12 can coast to the end from here.
Yeah, the 12 definitely experiencing some lag right there as he comes out of turn 4. Z Phenomenal going to be your winner here today at Texas Motor Speedway for round 1, race 21 of the Fast Family League Showdown Series.
What a scary last lap that was. I thought the 12 had run out. I thought he could have lagged out, connection issues, but heart-stopping action for each of these 168 laps, and a great way to close out the opening round of the Fast Family League Showdown.
Something else, man. That was another race. Never seen anything like that.
Excellent in-game strategy from the 12. Knew exactly what he needed to do to get to the end. Kudos to him and kudos to his whole team. Hybrid, they put on a fast showing.
We will get your drivers in for interviews momentarily.
All right, well, we will have those drivers in here momentarily, like he said, for interviews, and then we'll be good to go.
Curious to see what those fast times are.
Yeah, I am as well.
I think we potentially have some leaderboard times on there.
Well, greatly appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into this race here tonight, as we will get the winners and the drivers in here for interviews momentarily.
Is it okay to cut off Discord?
Yep, go ahead. All right, guys in the booth, I've got some results, and we can run through some interviews. So let's go bottom to top this time. We did top to bottom last time. Why don't you talk to the 24 of bus driver for Full Throttle?
All right, 24 of bus driver, you got a copy there, buddy?
10-4, got you, buddy.
All right, well, unfortunately, your lead losing some drivers here tonight. How do you feel like that impacted your race, and how did you feel like your race went?
First of all, I just want to give a shout out to my team, because they did hang in there. They stuck with it, even though it was hard. You know, we never really gave up, even though the battle might have been lost. We just never gave up. As far as my race went, I had the hardest time ever to keep it straight coming off the floor. Made a little bit of adjustments. Thank God I had a spotter there at the end, because he was really helping me, you know, to stay out of the way from the lead guys and leader and whatnot. Overall, though, I think we did really, really good as far as just staying in the fight and working as a team there towards stage 3.
Definitely. Well, you guys had a great, time out there. Y'all had a great effort, and we greatly appreciate y'all's time here on the track and putting in that effort here tonight at Texas.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, man. It was fun. I would love to do this again.
Oh, yeah, man.
Need more opportunities.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, who's up next, Mr. Slide?
Next up is going to be Metalborn, driver of the number 8 car for Full Throttle.
All right, there. Do you want to do this, Rick James?
Metalborn, you drove the number 8 Caterpillar Chevrolet for Full Throttle tonight, and a brave drive it was indeed. We saw you all the way up to 3rd place, weaving your way through drivers, and with a little help from your teammate. The 24 of Bus Driver and the 48 of Quick Kitten supported you out there. Congratulations on a good run so far. Metalborn, you got us, buddy?
No, looks like possibly
Actually, I think we lost
connection
him,
issue.
so we're going to move on. It looks like, let's see, make sure we got him. Yes, we have the 48 of Quick Kitten, top driver for Full Throttle.
All right, do you want to do that there, Rick James, since we didn't have that copy?
One more time. Lost you there.
Do you want to go ahead and take over since you didn't get that last copy?
Absolutely. Who are we talking with?
Quick Kitten,
Yep.
driver of the 48.
8,
Top
the
driver
Ally
for Full Throttle.
Camaro for Full Throttle. Quick, you also managed to fight up in the top 5 with Metalborn and the 24 of Bus Driver. Despite the challenges in today's race, you managed to string together some hot laps. What was the difficult part of the race tonight for you?
I just started off pretty bad. Had to make a bunch of adjustments, and turn 4 is pretty rough. Just trying to get track position back after losing all of it early was pretty rough. Tire wear was pretty bad.
Absolutely. Now, once again, joined by Metalborn, who was driving that 8 car. Metalborn, you put together some fast laps, and you managed to get as high as 3rd. Congratulations on a strong run tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long race. I'm like sweating my ass off. I mean, it was very loose. A little bit of lag there, here and there, but I thought I had a top 3 car, so it was a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed it.
We enjoyed watching you. Atlanta, I think we have a few more guys from Hybrid.
Yep. Next up is going to be the number 10 car of Brad. I think it's Ranger. Number 10 car.
All right, I got you. Number 10, yeah, how did you think your race went tonight? Great to talk to you, and how did you enjoy Texas?
Pretty good. It was a long race. I just want to thank you guys for putting on this show. It was a heck of a time. I want to congratulate Phenomenal on a heck of a run. Yeah, I definitely didn't have the short run speed. I just had my setup to hope and pray for a long run and able to run those guys down there a little bit toward the end. Other than that, it was an uneventful race for me, just trying to stay alive and stay with the lead pack and hope for that long run. It worked out in the end.
Yeah, well, you guys did a fantastic job, and we hope to see more of you guys in the future here coming up.
Thank you. We got a great group of guys here at the Hybrid League, and glad to put on a show for the guys tonight.
Yeah, well, it was a great time. And who is up next, Mr. Slide?
Next up is the driver of the number 38 car, Nautical Skater, in second place today.
All right, well, how do you feel like your race went today, Nautical? And great job holding it up together with your teammates today.
Thank you so much. It was a great race. I want to thank the teams and all you guys for putting this on. Honestly, I wasn't quite sure if I had the car to get up there, but especially after that little spin that I had under caution. But managed to gather it up, and I want to shout out the Hillsborough Domino's crew for providing me a really good dinner. I know I got them all sitting there watching right now.
Well, that is fantastic. Everybody loves a good pizza, and
even Ford sometimes.
Yeah, I would eat pizza. Yeah. Mine was DiGiorno's, not delivery.
Oh man, well, it's about as close as you can get according to the commercials.
Exactly.
Well,
all right.
Pizza on the mind here tonight, and Rick James, I was about to say Rick James.
Z Phenomenal.
Yep, Z Phenomenal or Rick James, Rick James or BHD. Y'all want to take that?
BHD being my guest.
All right, I'm very impressed with how you finished out that race. Talk through us what that strategy was and how you were going to accomplish it.
Yeah, definitely. First off, I just want to say thank y'all for putting this on. This win doesn't really mean crap. Papa Jinx in the league has won here about 12 times. That's my number 1 notch in my belt. Mm-hmm. But literally just learning from him, and the ability of my parents giving me my internet. I appreciate that very much. And I knew I had to stay out with Jinx. I knew he's got the stuff here. He's probably the best we've got in our league. But battling with him week in and week out has made me a better driver. And I'm just very appreciative of him and him letting me in the league and running it down, and I'm just very happy about this win, especially as a team, because if we didn't win, this win wouldn't have been anything really. But I'm very proud of my team, very proud of the other team for sticking in it. Just thank y'all. This is awesome.
And it looks like you've learned a lot just by looking at your lap time, very in close comparison with Jinx, so congratulations to that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, now we have the points, the all-important points coming up. Let's talk about the third stage. You guys got the first and the second. Third stage, it seemed that the hybrid guys were up front for most of that third stage. They're going to come home with 304 points to Full Throttle's 230. That's going to bring the totals. Full Throttle comes home with 246. Hybrid 398. That's going to move Hybrid, I believe, in the top 10. Just barely missed the 400 club, but a awesome result. Ford, why don't you interview the owner of Hybrid, Mr. Jinx.
Hybrid, we definitely appreciated watching you and definitely appreciate you being here. So tell us about your league. Tell us how people can follow you, find you, maybe even join you if they wanted to join you.
As of right now, we've got a Facebook page. We are working on a Discord, but we actually do everything through Facebook, through our Facebook chat, and our group page, of course, the Hybrid. You can message me directly either on Xbox or Facebook if you want to come in and run some races. Hybrid is what we do. We rotate series. So some of these guys actually don't always run Cup cars, and I'm super proud of my guys for doing a great job tonight. I am excited that you guys put this on and that you were willing to let us run, so we very much appreciate it.
And Mr. Jinx, if I may, you are, unofficially, barring any kind of penalties, moving on to round number 2. So tell us, how proud are you guys moving on and what you're excited about most for the road course round?
Oh, we've got a couple of road course specialists, myself included. I love road course racing. Now it means we have to practice some more, so that's a little tense, but we're excited, we're pumped. We'll see you guys out in round 2.
Absolutely, we can't wait to see you. And we are here with a final interview today. We're here with Old Smokey representing the Full Throttle League. So, Smokey, tell us your final thoughts on the tournament. Unfortunately, your team won't be moving on, but you guys put up a valiant fight. You guys probably won the hearts of the fans just with how much heart you guys displayed in finishing that race. Tell us what your final thoughts are for the tournament and for your league.
Yeah, I'm glad you could have us. Our team, I feel pretty good about our team for keeping it in there at the end there. I just want to congratulate Hybrid on the win. Nice clean racing out there for the most part. And if you guys want to race Full Throttle, we race on Thursday nights, every Thursday night. So
absolutely.
Thanks for having
us. If fans want to follow you guys or other drivers want to join your league, how can they do that?
We have a Facebook page, Full Throttle Thursday Night Racing.
Alright, well give these guys a follow, check them out, follow them on their league races, and if you're looking for a great league to join and want to join a group of guys that are determined to finish the race, no matter what, join them, please. They are awesome. So with that, we are gonna wrap up the show here in a second, but guess what? We don't have any races tomorrow, Ford. What's up with that?
Yeah, we got the weekend off.
Yes, sir.
Actually, we don't have the weekend off because we're going to start working on some schedules and getting with the other league owners to find out, make sure their availability dates have not changed and, work out the scheduling for the ones that may not have the exact available dates. So we will be doing that over the weekend. So if some of the other league owners are watching, be prepared to get a message from us to get you down on a schedule, and we'll be doing drafts. Sorry.
Absolutely. He's absolutely correct. We have just finished the first round of the Fast Family League tournament. Hybrid becomes the 21st league to join the round 2, joining SXRL, Shake and Bake, eSpark, NNR, NAOR, MAGA, May, Unbound, Above Average, ENEA, Thursday Night, Wolfpack, Piston Cup, IVRL, Carolina Racing League, Fast Family Racing League, Little on the High Side, Palmetto, and Mountain Dew Southern Series. So you will see all of those teams back next week in the action for round 2 on the road courses. The only official news we have for you is check out Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be going live to recap round 1 with some special guests in the booth with me and Ford. we'll do some recap, and then, like Ford said, we are going to draft the random draw for the track. So everyone's going to be excited about that one to figure out where they're going to be racing in round 2. So definitely check that out. And racing will probably be starting towards the end of the week next week. So, take a break, relax, and the action will be back. And I'm going to send it back up to the booth.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Slide Job. You and Ford Tough putting on a fantastic round 1. I know all the leagues and drivers really thank you guys. And thank you to I Am Rick James for being in the booth with me, as well as BHD. Greatly appreciate both of you guys and everybody tuning in here tonight. And like Mr. Slide Job said, tune in on Monday to his channel, I believe, for that draft and everything and discussing the points. And we will see you guys at the end of next week for the beginning of round 2. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you soon.